Rewinding a bit, the romance between Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes was truly noteworthy and full of surprises. In early 2005, Tom Cruise, the famous Hollywood star known for his iconic action films, and Katie Holmes, a young and promising actress, met and began dating. This event drew significant attention from the media and fans, as Tom was already a major star, while Katie was rising to fame with her role in the series Dawson's Creek. Their relationship progressed at an astonishing pace. After just 7 months of dating, Tom and Katie decided to get married. This quick decision surprised many and sparked curiosity about the allure of their relationship. In June 2005, at the height of their romance, Tom famously proposed to Katie on top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, a grand and romantic gesture that captivated the world. In November 2006, Tom and Katie's wedding took place at the Odescalchi Castle in Italy, a lavish and glamorous event befitting Hollywood stars. However, their marriage was not the only thing making headlines. The arrival of a new family member also caught public attention. Just a year after they went public with their relationship, in April 2006, their daughter Suri Cruise was born. Suri's birth was not only a tremendous joy for Tom and Katie but also became a hot topic in the media, as she was immediately dubbed the golden child of Hollywood. Everything seemed like a modern fairy tale, but in 2012, another surprise unfolded. Katie Holmes unexpectedly filed for divorce from Tom Cruise, ending their nearly 6-year marriage. This decision shocked not only fans but also Tom Cruise himself. Katie sought custody of Suri and moved with her daughter to New York. One of the reasons Katie decided to end the marriage was her concern about Suri being influenced by the Church of Scientology, of which Tom Cruise is an active member. Katie wanted her daughter to have a normal life, free from the pressures and influence of the church. The divorce of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes was one of the most sensational events in the entertainment industry at that time. It was not just the split of a famous couple but also a story about protecting a child from negative influences, highlighting the courage and determination of a mother. Although both have moved on with their lives, the events of the past remain an unforgettable part of Hollywood history. Divorce is not just a matter between two people. In the midst of a divorce is a flesh and blood child, who feels pain and sadness, and understands the conflicts and suffering. Remember that before parents take each other to court, the child may have already endured significant trauma from the conflicts and disputes between their parents at home. Now, standing in the middle of their parents' divorce, many children are thrust into an incredibly painful situation. Some children become the subject of a custody battle between their parents. In some cases, they have no choice, while in others, they may have to stand before a court and express their desire to live with one parent. Even when they are allowed to choose, this can still leave lasting emotional scars. Worse still, there are children who are treated as obstacles, being pushed back and forth, with neither parent wanting to take responsibility for them. There are also many children who become weapons for one parent to take down the other. Some people fight for custody not because they want to be with their child, but to take revenge on the other parent, using the child to push the other's life into misery. It was 12 years ago when a heart-wrenching scene spread across the world. Speaking of Suri Cruise, the term "Little Princess of Hollywood" is likely the first keyword that comes to the audience's mind. With her parents being the powerful star couple Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, it's no surprise that Suri became the most famous baby in America from birth. After her parents divorced, her life changed 180 degrees. No longer living in luxury or gracing the covers of prestigious magazines, Suri grew up under her mother's special, simple, and entirely self-reliant upbringing. 12 years have passed, and Suri has just turned 18, stepping into adulthood. Unfortunately, this milestone is bittersweet as it marks the beginning of the end of her relationship with her biological father, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise will stop his annual support of $400,000 now that his daughter is 18. Recently, Suri made a harsh move, essentially declaring the severance of her familial ties with her famous father. This leaves the audience wondering whether Tom Cruise and Suri will ever see each other again. And so, in Suri Cruise's life, Tom Cruise's presence gradually faded. In the days following the end of their marriage, Katie Holmes fully dedicated herself to caring for and raising their daughter, while Tom seemed to grow increasingly distant. When contacted for clarification on this matter, the Mission Impossible star showed no signs of panic or eagerness to clarify. In fact, Tom has not made any official statements regarding his absence from his daughter's life. In 2011, Tom and Katie officially severed all ties, and since then, Tom Cruise has not appeared alongside Suri. One of the main reasons for this estrangement is the Church of Scientology, of which Tom Cruise is an active and prominent member. Scientology has not only deeply influenced Tom's personal decisions and life choices but has also caused him to cut ties with many close relationships, including family and friends. Among those affected by Tom's loyalty to Scientology are David and Victoria Beckham, the famous couple who were once very close to Tom. The relationship between Tom and the Beckhams was once very tight-knit, but due to the influence of Scientology, Tom gradually distanced himself and eventually severed ties with them. Tom Cruise, with all his fame and talent, chose a path closely tied to Scientology, a decision many believe has profoundly impacted his personal relationships. While Katie Holmes and Suri Cruise live their own lives, striving to maintain peace and stability, Tom continues to pursue his career and faith within the distinct world of Scientology. Since then, Suri Cruise's life has been devoid of her famous father's presence, and Katie has had to take on both parental roles. Tom Cruise's past decisions and choices have left a deep mark, not only on his career but also on his family relationships, making the story of this family one of Hollywood's most well-known tragedies. According to the rules of the Scientology religion, members are prohibited from associating with non-members or those who have left the church. Therefore, when Katie Holmes and their daughter Suri did not participate in Scientology, Tom Cruise had to sever all ties with them. This was not just a personal choice but also a mandatory rule that Tom had to adhere to as a loyal member of the church. This led to a heartbreaking reality. Tom Cruise was forbidden from having any contact with both Katie and their daughter. Many close friends and associates of Tom expressed concern and disappointment about this situation. "It's his loss, it's his issue," one former friend said. "Everyone says for sure he's been brainwashed." These words reflect regret and disagreement with the decisions Tom had to make under the influence of Scientology. Since then, the Top Gun 2 Inches actor has not been in contact with his biological daughter anymore. Suri Cruise has grown up under the care and protection of her mother, without the presence of her famous father. Tom Cruise continues his career and life, closely associated with Scientology, but the price he has to pay is the estrangement from his daughter and the loss in his family relationship. Tom Cruise's absence in Suri's life is not just an emotional void but also an expression of the strict rules Scientology imposes on its members. For many, this story is not just about a famous family but also about the powerful impact of a religion on personal life and close relationships. And so, Suri Cruise's life continues without the presence of her father, a sad and difficult reality that Katie Holmes had to accept to protect her daughter from the negative influences of Scientology. As a definitive break in their relationship, Suri decided to immediately drop her father Tom Cruise's last name and change her name to Suri Noel. This new name was not only applied to official documents but also in the credits of the works she participated in. Suri's decision has sparked curiosity and various hypotheses. Possibility 1. Suri doesn't want to be recognized as the daughter of a Hollywood superstar. Changing her name helps her maintain anonymity and protect her privacy, keeping her away from unwanted attention from the public and the media. Possibility 2. Suri no longer wants to be associated with the father who neglected her for 12 years. Changing her name could be an expression of her rebellion and autonomy, demonstrating her independent decision-making and self-sufficiency in life. Whatever the reason may be, Suri Noel's decision has highlighted the distinction between her private life and the outside world. Changing her name may not only be a privacy measure but also an expression of her autonomy and independence. By dropping the Cruise name, Suri Noel has created a clear boundary between her own life and the complex and tumultuous past of her family.